5:30. I'll call this special meeting to order of the City Council of Weimar, Texas for Wednesday, April the 29th, 2026 at 5:30. Welcome to those of you in the audience and anyone who might be listening online. We'll move on with item number 2, which is citizens' presentations and comments. In accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, the City Council may not discuss or take action on items that are not listed on the posted agenda. Comments from the public regarding items not listed on the agenda will be received by the City Council. However, no formal action or deliberation will be taken. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. Do we have anybody under citizens' presentations or comments? Okay, we'll move on to item number 3, public hearing. 3.1, public hearing on a proposed ordinance amending Chapter 4, Article 4.02, peddlers, transients, itinerant vendors, and mobile food carts units of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Weimar to update regulatory provisions for mobile food units in compliance with state law, House Bill 2844, establishing regulations for mobile food vendor parks, food truck parks, and a land use within the City of Weimar, making other revisions. The public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to make comments? Tiffany, come up and be sure and state your name.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I am Tiffany Hogarty here on behalf of the Weimar Chamber. You guys have already heard me talk multiple times regarding this ordinance for the food trucks. So I'll kind of make it brief. First, I want to say thank you to David and Planning and Zoning for getting this done and in front of you. I've attended the Planning and Zoning meetings. We've went through this pretty much line by line. We've taken other ordinances from Brenham and Bastrop, and they made a few changes from the original, which is what our town needs. This is long overdue. We have food trucks ready to go in. We don't have many food options in Weimar. This will help with coffee, food, help local businesses, draw people from outside. So I strongly urge you all to approve this tonight. So thank you all for everything you do, and yeah.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you for your hard work, Tiffany. I know you've done a lot.
Thank you.
Anyone else that would like to speak? Yes, come up. Give your name, please.
Hello, my name is Tony Celeste, and I deal with severe social anxiety, so I'm going to be shaking a lot. So please excuse me for my anxiety. So this is my first time I'm working on my public speaking as well, so this is good practice for me. So good evening, council members. Like I said, my name is Tony Celeste. I'm a resident of Weimar, Texas. I just so happen to live behind the liquor store. I'm here to address the ongoing impact of mobile food vendors operating near my home. Okay, this is not about opposing small businesses. This is about protecting residential quality of life. The activity surrounding these vendors has led to increased noise, traffic, and consistent flow of unfamiliar individuals in a residential area. This has affected my sense of privacy and my security. There have been multiple instances of people approaching my property or coming too close for comfort. As a resident and someone who has worked in high-stress environments, I value having a peaceful home, and that has been disrupted. The situation has also worsened my anxiety, as you can see, and made it difficult to feel at ease even in my own space. I have had to take additional measures at my own expense, including installing a privacy fence, to create a basic sense of safety. That burden should not fall on residents. I am asking the council to implement clear and enforceable boundaries regarding where and how these vendors operate in residential areas. There has to be a balance, and right now, that balance is not in place. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Celeste. Do we have anyone else who would like to make a comment during the public hearing? Okay, with that, we'll close the public hearing and move into item 4 on the agenda, discussion and action items. 4.1, discussion, consideration, and possible action to recommend approval to the proposed ordinance amending Chapter 4, Article 4.02, peddlers, transients, itinerant vendors, and mobile food units of the Code and Ordinances of the City of Weimar to update regulatory provisions for the mobile food units in compliance with state law, House Bill 2844, establishing regulations for mobile food vendor parks, food truck parks as a land use within the City of Weimar, making other revisions. David?
Mayor, Council, Planning and Zoning, Maria, myself, and many others have put a lot of work into putting this together so it does protect other residential areas, and it does limit the places that these food trucks can come in and set up in the city. It can only be on commercial 1, commercial 2 pieces of property. We did put in, you can read through it, there's provisions for seasonal vendors are defined. We've defined everything pretty much as far as we could do. We've gone over this, I would say 20 or 30 times to make sure everything was covered. We just wanted to get it right the first time. So, yeah. So my recommendation would be to, if you would approve it.
This is an action item, so the council, certainly you have time to review it a bit closer
Any
if you like.
specific questions, I would like
And
to
ask
answer
any
those.
So,
questions that
have
you
we
have.
addressed anything to help the citizens, with the neighboring properties? Is there something in here that helps protect or?
So it is in here, they can only be on commercial properties.
Okay,
And within, the closest they can be to a resident is 50 feet.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's very well defined, and like I said, I agree. We need places, other things to eat than what we have, and I think this will bring people in, and,
Promotes business.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna move to adopt the ordinance number 2026-04-29-01, repealing and replacing Chapter 4, Article 4.02 of the Code of Ordinances to establish regulations for mobile food units and mobile food vendor parks.
Motion by Roberts,
Second.
second from Wilson. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Okay, we'll move to new business. 5.1, discussion, consideration, and possible action to accept a $2 million anonymous donation to be administered by the GFCF for the Weimar Sports Complex with up to $300,000 authorized for renovations to Hill Park and Shaver Field. David?
Mayor, Council, this family donated this sum of money. They want to remain anonymous. It is to develop the sports complex. And this family also said, hey, we'd like to get something done immediately. So they said, hey, let's take $300,000 and renovate some items at Hill Park and Shaver Field. This family really enjoys baseball. They've got grandkids involved in baseball, and we'd just like to see that take place. And looking through TML rules and regulations, we need to formally accept this donation into the city.
Is this an additional from the original?
This is the original.
Oh, this is the
We
original.
never
did anything.
formally accepted it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if this was another
No,
donor
no.
coming. I was like, how thoughtful. Well, I think we need to kind of start moving forward and getting going with that.
So council, this is an action item.
I move to accept the $2 million anonymous donation for the Weimar Sports Complex to be administered by the Greater Fayette Community Foundation with the $300,000 authorized for improvements to Hill Park and Shafer Field.
Motion Christian,
Second?
second Roberts. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. We'll move on to 5.2. Thank you for the donation.
Yes, thank you.
It's an incredible boon to the city. As those of us who've been around, some much longer than others, this has been in the works for probably 25 years at least, and it's sat on a shelf for a big portion of that. So thank you to all, and then all those who are working on behalf of getting it done. So we'll move on to 5.2, discussion, consideration, and possible action to declare miscellaneous items as surplus property and authorize disposal through public auction, sealed bids, recycling, or other lawful means. David?
Yes, on page 19, if I could bring your attention to page 19. There's several items here, I'll go through each one. The Capri, I think we're all familiar with that vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to get rid of it. The blue dump truck, it's a 1990 model. It's just getting to the point where if we sell it now, it still runs, it's mobile. We'll get a little more value out of it. Last year, we replaced the bucket truck. We put the bed on the bucket truck, so we have enough dump trucks now that we can let this one go. The Heister forklift, it leaks hydraulic fluid. It's a very old unit. When we got that new Bobcat, we do have pallet forks on the Bobcat, so we don't need this vehicle anymore either. Going through the warehouse, there was a big black piece of equipment sitting off to the side. And Michael and I went over to it, and we were looking through it. It's a brand-new Caterpillar cold planer that we don't have a piece of equipment that's big enough to use that. It's supposed to shave off the blacktop on the roads, but it's never been used, and we don't have a piece of equipment to operate that. So we're going to work on maybe trading it in or using it as credit against purchasing some other items from Bobcat for the equipment that we do have. So, of course, we're going to get 3 bids and things like that on that one. But so that one's not going to go to auction. That will be a private deal where we will work through a dealership to get that facilitated. The police department has a lot of miscellaneous radios that were pulled out of some of the old vehicles. They're just sitting in the warehouse on a shelf. We just like to bundle those up and sell them. I've got in the maintenance room back here, I've got a box of old phones. We used to have a Mitel phone system. We've upgraded that with the Zoom phone system. So some people might still be interested in those phones, so we can get rid of those that are just sitting back there. Going back to that old bucket truck, out in the behind the sewer ponds, we have the bucket truck chassis, the service body is still sitting back there. So I'd like to dispose of that. That one, I think Michael said would be best to just dispose of it for the scrap metal prices on that one. So those are the items. Some will go to auction and some will go to salvage.
Well, I move to declare the identified miscellaneous items as surplus and authorize staff to dispose of them in accordance with the city's surplus property policy.
Motion Roberts,
Second.
second Wilson. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Any announcements or anything you want to make, David?
I can make anything special. Gdanky coming up.
Yay.
Big one.
That's a big one. So,
Tiffany's not here. She left, but
Yeah.
yeah.
she always does an excellent job.
Yes.
That's a big thing.
All right.
I'll
Becky?
make a motion, we adjourn.